to Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 8 more days to Halloween, Silver Shamrock. 8 more days to Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 8 more days to Halloween, Silver Shamrock. It's always 8 more days to Halloween.
Okay, thank you, John. That'll definitely put the audience in the mood for a thriller.
Before you talk about that, don't you think that you would have liked this movie more if they hadn't put Halloween in the name and just called it Season of the Witch?
Okay, do you know how many hundreds of people have asked me that exact question?
It's a good question.
Well, okay, well, before I answer it, let me point something out here. It's 1 week before Halloween, right, in the movie? And we learn in the very first scene that a 5-ton stone that's part of Stonehenge has gone missing, right? So that happened yesterday in terms of movie time, 8 days before Halloween. And apparently in whatever universe this movie is made in, that's not even big news. It's like a passing reference on TV. And so, well, actually those big pillar stones on the Stonehenge circle actually weigh 25 tons. So, not 5 tons. So jumping ahead, all right, we know where that stone ends up, don't we?
What is your point?
That stone is a big part of the plot, right?
Yeah.
So the theft happened yesterday because it's on the news today, right? So somebody sneaked into Stonehenge 2 nights ago with a JCB 4CX15 backhoe loader. They dropped down 50 feet into the bedrock of the Salisbury Plain. They lifted a 25-ton rock out of the post hole. They possibly knocked another 25-ton rock off the top of that one. They loaded it onto a flatbed trailer that can be hauled by a Ford F-750 Super Duty towing vehicle. They trucked it down the A303 70 miles to Heathrow Airport. They loaded it onto an Antonov AN-225 Mirya Russian military cargo plane because that's the only plane big enough to fly it. They flew 5,243 miles to Humboldt County, California, probably testing the length of the Humboldt County Airport runway because I don't think they could even land it on the Humboldt Airport County runway, but let's assume that they can. Then they offloaded it onto another flatbed trailer hauled by a Ford F-750 Super Duty, and they drove it 30 miles to Santa Mira, which in real life is the town of Lolita, California.
Okay, seriously, do you have a point?
Yes. The Stonehenge pillar was discovered missing yesterday, so the Halloween masks bought by Tom Atkins' ex-wife for their 2 kids are safe. In fact, everyone is safe who's wearing a silver shamrock mask at this point in the story because of what happens later. We know that each mask requires a little piece of Stonehenge in it, right? And Stonehenge couldn't possibly be in Santa Mira yet because of the logistics that I just told you.
You're reaching new levels.
New levels of what?
New levels of obnoxious.
Well, no, my only point is people say, if they didn't call it Halloween 3, people think it's one of the greatest movies of the 80s. Okay, maybe,
I mean, that's not exactly what they're saying. They're just saying that people wouldn't dismiss it immediately because it doesn't have Michael Myers in it.
Well, also, isn't the power of the Stonehenge stones the fact that they're standing in a circle? So they're channeling the summer solstice or some shit. If you take it out of the circle...
Just stop.
Okay. All right, then let's talk about this. How cool is Tom Atkins right now?
Woo, yeah. We can talk about that.
He's spying on the grieving daughter because he thinks she's hot.
I think it's more than that. He's watching her because he wonders what happened to her father.
Okay, 3 women so far in this movie that Tom Atkins might have already had sex with, and one that he wants to have sex with.
Who were the 3 women?
Well, his ex-wife, played by Nancy Loomis, who was actually the wife of director Tommy Lee Wallace in real life. The nurse at the hospital, he plays grab ass with her, and she likes it, The forensic woman in the coroner's office. Have we seen her yet? The forensic woman in the coroner's office? I don't think we've seen her. But he's like, tell me, babe, if you can help me with this. And she's like, I'll do what I can, doctor, but it's outside my jurisdiction. And then she kisses him on the lips as he's leaving. They've definitely made the sign of the triple-humped mud weasel sometime in the past. And now he's looking at the grieving daughter, and he's thinking, oh, yeah.
It's true. Women cannot resist him.
Including you.
Definitely me.
So we're going to bring him out at the next break and find out.
Yay!
All right. Although I have to wonder what kind of doctor he is and what kind of hospital this is, because he's the only guy on duty. He's he's sleeping and drinking when he's not doctoring, and the whole staff seems to be about 6 people at whatever hospital this is. He seems to be the doctor that gets assigned to the graveyard shift at the community hospital that's going out of business.
Thank you so much for that analysis.
I'm just saying. Okay, back to the movie.
Okay.
One thing they got right is is that, you know, Spencer Gifts and Party City and stores like that, they do spend billions of dollars at Halloween on national ad buys. They're on every network all the time. Halloween mask, you know, promoting the latest mask. We know all that from our Halloween experiences at here.
Are you done now?
No, I'm not by a long shot. Excellent original music too. Never heard that melody before. You know, kind of catchy.
I love the Silver Shamrock theme.
Well, so does every 4-year-old, because somebody said, let's use the hook from London Bridge is Falling Down, you know. Only the hook of London Bridge is Falling Down is the whole song, you know. Okay, yeah, cool. Maybe in the next movie we'll sample Rockabye Baby.
Oh my God, we're gonna be so sorry later.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see.